I love Digimon. Digimon it's always been one of my favorite series, and definitely playing the card game. It's like elevated so much about Digimon. I remember being a kid and wanting to like absorb so much Digimon, and I'm able to do that now as an adult. And as an adult, it's like super tough because it's like, damn, man, like I love this card game, but Bandai,
they don't love us.
I swear,
it's terrible.
Bro,
it
Bandai
really
treats
feels
us
that
like
way.
side pieces. We are Bandai's side chick, bro. We aren't the wife. We don't like they don't come home. They're not like, oh, our wife and kids. No, we get fucked in the car behind the fucking Walgreens, bro, and they just leave. They come, they fuck us, and they leave. That's it.
Yeah.
And this is why we're never gonna get Bandai sponsors or get anything from Bandai. Things like that.
Listen,
Am
I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong.
Though.
If any rep from Bandai ever listens to this podcast, I just want you to know, I love this card game, but also like, damn.
Yeah, they dropped the ball. They dropped the ball seriously hard.
So they have really dropped the ball with store regionals. Store regionals, I don't even like.
Do you remember we were all so excited about
So excited for it. So hyped
We
for
thought
it.
we were getting one because we thought it was like easy enough. We're like, yeah, our store holds 64 people. Our store has good turnouts for like pre-releases and stuff. Like, yeah, surely our store is gonna get a store regional, right? Oh,
our store has
didn't
a
get
judge, like has an actual judge.
I
like,
think the problem for us, we don't have two.
I highly doubt that's an issue.
That's
be
a
honest.
fixable
requirement.
thing.
I think they said, right?
It was not they said they would provide resources. Here's the problem,
okay.
right? Here's the problem, right? Illustrious Cards and Games LLC. That is a store that is in New Jersey. It is a store that is holding both a Digimon store regional as well as a One Piece store regional. There is another store in the Philadelphia area. I would say the greater Philadelphia area. It's in like East Norriton, so it's close enough for the Philly players. It is called Alternate Universes, specifically the East Norriton location. They have a One Piece store regional. Do you know what they don't have? A Digimon regional. Let's try to put two and two together. How can Bandai approve a store regional for One Piece for a store and not subsequently approve a Digimon regional? It would have made more sense if they approved a Digimon regional and did not approve a One Piece regional, because maybe they're like, oh, like maybe they're not gonna have as many players show up for Digimon, so whatever. But like, how did a store get a One Piece store regional and not get approved for a Digimon store regional? Which begs the question, right? Why does all of the United States of America, with its 50 states, have 6 store regionals to serve 50 states? Have 6 store regionals, which for those of you who did the math, 64 players by 6 store regionals, that's 384 players. That is a regional level cap for one tournament that regularly fills up between 256 to 384 players. I am flabbergasted, honestly. I don't even know, it doesn't compute. It doesn't make sense.
But I can't even say that that's a good business decision, because you would think that you would want to flood the regionals as much as you can to have people show up and buy product or whatever. So like, you're taking the opportunity away from the players because no one's going to travel. Like, I mean, New Jersey's close enough to us, yes, but like somebody who lives further away, they're not going to travel to New Jersey for that. That's ridiculous.
I just can't believe that they didn't at least put a store, like a store regional in each state. Like, right. If I get it. Like maybe in fucking Anchorage, Alaska, I don't know if the Digimon scene's popping there, bro. Or I don't know if the Digimon scene's popping in Hawaii. You know what I mean? I get that. But like, I feel like if a store applied and if like they could have done it so that if a store is applied and they got approved, if the store didn't meet the quota of 64 people, then they just wouldn't fire the regional. They wouldn't send the product. They wouldn't send the pricing. You know what I mean? They just wouldn't fire that regional. They like we all applied for regionals. What was it, yesterday or the day before? I forget.
Yesterday I did. Yeah.
Yesterday. Yeah. Right? So they filled up immediately. Every single one of them, like boom, hella fast, crazy, right? The regionals aren't until next month, so they literally could have just been like, all right, every store that got approved, let's see if they actually fill. And if they filled, they send the pricing. The only things in my head that make any sense is one, they're just dumb and they were like, oh shit. We don't have enough serial omnis to give out to each store that applied. 2, they obviously knew what they were doing and knew that they were only going to get a certain number of stores, which I think is probably more likely.
That's probably what it is.
They were like, okay, we're going to allocate resources. We can allocate resources for 30 One Piece store regionals, and we can allocate resources for 8 Digimon, whatever. Which is the stupidest shit in the world, because I feel like the whole point of having a store regional was so that Bandai didn't have to allocate resources to begin with in the first place. Why, like, if you were gonna have to allocate resources, then why not give us actual 8 regionals? You could have given us like, really big major events instead that hold more than 64 people.
It really makes no sense. And on the top of it off, everything, right? It's a lottery system. You're not even guaranteed to get into these regionals now. So if it's 64, it held 64. Like I think it's like probably 100 something on like each of them maybe, and like you're not even guaranteed a spot. Like
the New Jersey one is currently at 144 applicants for 64 spots.
Right. So like that New Jersey store, bad? That New Jersey store is legit holding. It's there for us, from people from PA, Jersey, New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island. Like they had to fill all these people, and then I don't know if Maine has a scene, but like Maine's up there if they really want to come all the way down. You know what I'm saying? Or even like a little farther down from us, you know, like maybe people from Ohio might want to go because it's kind of the semi, not close, but like, you know, where they have a spot, right? And then you have, what's the other stores they have for us? It's one in somewhere in the Midwest. That's random.
They have one in Virginia. And then one in Kansas.
Virginia's already at, I think Virginia's at 130 right now. Right?
Yeah.
And by the way, you can still apply to these events. Like people listening to this podcast, you guys can still come and apply. I think it's open till June 30th to apply.
Yeah, it's open for a minute.
But these are already, like the 2 we've named that I know of, they're already double the capacity of people who have applied.
You think that's bad?
Guaranteed.
You think that's bad for Digimon? I know there's going to be people, oh, you're talking about One Piece. Listen. There is 596 applicants for the New Jersey store regional at Illustrious, which is the same store that's holding the Digimon regional.
Crazy.
596 people. Let's expand it. Let's expand it. There were no stores in New York City chosen to hold a One Piece region. Let me repeat that. There were no stores in New York City chosen to hold a One Piece store regional. Do you know how wild that is?
That New Jersey gets one and New York doesn't get one is kind of crazy.
Like, I understand New Jersey is like the extended New York metropolitan area.
Yeah, but still.
There are so many LGSs in New York City that it is absolutely insane and completely idiotic to not have. I love Digimon, but I can understand not having a Digimon store regional in New York City. Why is there not a One Piece store regional in New York City?
Wow.
That is...
There's not even a One Piece. I don't think there's a One Piece regional near the DC. I think the One Piece regional in Virginia is in Roanoke, which is like 4 hours or something from DC, bro.
But you know it's also
Like,
crazy though.
and
For
And
all
also
these,
they're on Wednesday.
you know it's also crazy though. But like some of the big stores didn't even get them. PBG. Why is PBG not hosting a store
PPG
regional?
didn't get one.
Well,
Yep.
I'm pretty sure Core TCG didn't either. Why are they not hosting
I
one?
didn't see
Like,
any of the big name TOs.
Yeah, Play
stores
TCG didn't either.
have
I mean,
one.
I know these three host like the major online ones a lot, and then they host like the one a month in person ones, but like they can't even get one. Question mark? That makes
I
no
don't know.
sense.
I'm
to
sure.
Me, you know what I'm
It
saying?
doesn't
I
make
know
sense.
George.
Bro.
I know George at PPG applied. I know that
Yeah.
much.
Bro, I think that for One Piece, bro, I think that literally there might be 10 store regionals in Texas alone. I might like literally like there might be 10 in Texas. Like one state got 10.
There should have been one regional at minimum in each major city in the country. So
I
LA,
agree.
New York,
Heavy agree.
Miami, Houston, or whatever, Dallas, wherever. Like every major city in the country should have had one. Granted, I know, you know, you're anybody who's watching this that lives in Alaska or Hawaii, you guys are always get the shit end of the stick. You're probably not going to have a regional out there just for traveling purposes. But every major city in the country should have had a regional for both games, One Piece, Digimon, whatever, because it makes it more accessible to the player base. There's not just players on the East Coast and players on the West Coast. There's players all over. So you want to cater to all of your player base to make sure that they support your game, because that's going to increase profit. Like they're not approaching it as a bit. They're not even approaching the business side of it smartly. It's stupid what they're doing.
Also, I just want to. I was wrong about Texas, by the way. I don't know what I was thinking. I think Texas has like 2 or 3, but still, like the fact that some states have 2 or 3 is crazy for One Piece.
I just want to paint
3,
the picture
4, whatever it is.
of where these store regionals were placed for Digimon. We have Washington. That is in the upper left of the United States. And in terms of like mileage, from us here in Pennsylvania, except Mike, 'cause he's in Virginia now, that's probably 3,000 miles.
Oh, you're talking about Washington
2,500?
State.
Washington State, not Washington,
Get
D.C.
out of here, bro. Get out
That's
of
like
here.
that's like 3,000 miles. That is
Yeah,
not driving distance.
Hell
and
no.
that is sure you could fly if you want, but on a lottery system, no shot.
No way.
So Washington, and then we have New Jersey. Okay, so we've got one on the
Complete
northwest
opposite left
coast, one on the
coast.
northeast coast. We've got one in Nevada. Okay, so we've got one kind of serving like the southeast
Vegas.
coast,
Yeah.
kind of. We've got one in California. All right, cool. So you've hit those metropolitan areas. You got one in Kansas, right smack dab in the middle of the United States. All right, and then you've got one in Virginia. One
Florida
in
doesn't
Virginia.
have one.
Nope.
So Florida
what
does not
PPG
have
is.
one. Texas
That's
doesn't
cra-
have one.
Dude, that's
Chicago
crazy.
doesn't have one.
You would think at least like the major
That's
cities,
crazy, bro.
like of the United States, would have them. Like New York City, you would think they have
Did they
one.
get any in Canada?
Miami, yeah, they got 2 in Canada.
Luckily,
2 in Canada.
one in Ontario, one in somewhere else that I'm
Did
not
Puerto
remembering.
Rico get one?
No,
Hell no.
Puerto
No.
Rico's got they have a big scene in Puerto Rico though.
I know they have players, but no shot they were ever. If they couldn't even give the United States more than 6,
Facts.
no shot Puerto
crazy,
Rico
though.
was getting one.
That's Puerto Rico's a part of the United States, guys. Come on, it's right there.
Sorry, if mainland United States couldn't get more than 6.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised that Florida didn't get one. That's why.
That's the biggest part. You're
That's
telling
crazy.
me the state of, but it's not just Florida. You're telling me Florida didn't get one, New York City didn't get one, Boston didn't get one, Philadelphia
Right.
didn't get one,
which is crazy.
Philadelphia? That's
Philadelphia usually
insane.
has like really
Nothing
good,
in Arizona.
it's really good
Phoenix
spot for that.
didn't get one.
Phoenix,
That's
Arizona
crazy.
didn't get one. I'm not even going to map out the One Piece ones. They got 31, so they got a lot more than us. But for their player base, the spot wise, that's like 2,000 players. They had 2,000 players at Nats.
Right.
That's
And that was invite, right? Their Nats was invite.
no, that was open invite.
They were open. Okay.
So that was 2,000 players plus at Nats, and you have for the entire month of July basically a 2,000 cap tour. They have in-persons that they extend to 1,000 player cap. They have onlines that they extend to 1,000 players cap, and you're capping 30 store regionals for One Piece. I agree with Mike.
Yeah, I looked it up too, and Texas, by the way, has 4 for One Piece. Washington has 2. Hawaii also has one, which is kind of weird.
Wow, that's
like cool, but it kind of makes sense. I feel like, whatever. I understand it's a bigger game, but like also Virginia doesn't have one. I don't know. I don't know why I'm stupid, but I thought it did. But like just the random, like I just don't understand. Like I wish we actually knew why certain stores got picked and why certain stores didn't, because then I could yell more about this. But all I can do is speculate and be crazy and theorize. Like I really don't. Like it's very frustrating though. Like why the fuck? Like why weren't we picked? Why wasn't? I don't know. Whatever. I'll let Adrian talk. I'm just mad.
Yeah. The main thing that bothers me is that it was a nice idea to have the stores apply for the regional, but Bandai has no risk aside from the product. There's no overhead for them because the store is assuming all of the hosting responsibilities. So they don't have to worry about getting a facility for the weekend. They don't have to worry about what capacity is. So why wouldn't you overdo it, knowing that, hey, all I have to do is send them product instead of worrying about I have to get this convention center and fly this TO out and do all that. The store is taking all the responsibility. The store is liable for everything. They have to worry about everything on their end. All Bandai has to do is say, here's the product, give it out the way you need to, and just make sure you have at least 64 players. That's it. There's no risk there. So why wouldn't you capitalize on that and try to maximize on it? And worst case scenario, if let's say every state got a regional, so there's 50 states, we got 50 Digimon regionals. Okay, so what if a few of them had lower attendance than other ones in metropolitan areas? It doesn't matter because there's more quantity. So it doesn't. This is a situation where quantity is more important than quality because there's no overhead that Bandai has to take a bath on. It's just, hey, we're doing this for our player base because we actually care, and they're showing that they don't care by doing what they're doing.
Hey, Mike, you wanted to know what the requirements were for a store regional. I'll tell you right here.
I understand what the requirements were. You can tell everyone. I understand why stores were turned away even if they met the requirements.
Right. So here's what it is, right? 64 player space makes sense because it's a 64 player cap tournament. Okay. Mm-hmm. Have properly reported events for 2 or more Bandai card games through TCG Plus. I'm sure almost every store has done that at this point. Can run a tournament using TCG Plus. Isn't that what you just said above? Ensure judges certified by Organized Play Discord Judge Tournament. Easy done. The store must remain open to the public. Why the fuck wouldn't the store remain open to the okay, whatever. Welcoming to participants of any background, belief, circumstance. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Satisfies any applicable local laws. Ensure the security of prize materials before and during the event. Properly distribute prize materials. Stores are required to make one social post on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram showcasing the tournament. It's a little bit much, but I get it. At least one of those platforms. Stores must provide a photo of the winner with the first place prize as part of the post-event report. Stores must ask tournament participants to respond to a survey before they leave the tournament. Must provide a valid store Discord ID via your application to receive the correct permissions within the Organized Play Discord server. It's probably why Gamer's Edge wasn't approved, because I don't believe we have any sort of a Discord presence there at all. That being said, I'd like to believe
you need a Discord. What?
Yes, because you need to let's put it like this. You need to verify that you're a store with the Bandai Organized Play Discord server, essentially. That's the official judging Discord.
That's just getting into a server, right? Like it's
the official Bandai Organized Play Discord.
So you have to be invited into that?
You can join it, but you have to be a part of it, essentially.
Okay, so that's not difficult to do.
It's not difficult to do at all. So let's put in perspective, right? If there is 144 players applied for the New Jersey store regional and like 130 some for the Virginia store regional, that means there is a metric fuck ton of players for New Jersey, Dan said like at least like 6 to 7 states. And for Virginia, I mean, Virginia is a big state on its own, but then that also includes like DC, West Virginia, North Carolina, Maryland,
even South Carolina, North Carolina,
whatever's to the west of it. I don't know what's west of Virginia. Mike, you would know. That's
Tennessee,
West
maybe.
Virginia. West Virginia is West Virginia.
Tennessee isn't Tennessee around there?
Probably Georgia,
Kansas,
around it. No, Kansas is a little farther out.
Where? So
Chicago.
Yeah.
I mean Illinois.
no,
rather.
not Chicago. That's too
more
far
north,
up.
right?
Way
Dude,
north.
I haven't looked at a map in a long time.
Yeah,
Okay,
y'all don't know your geography or something?
Yeah.
Damn.
So, well, the issue is where the store regional is in Virginia is like right next to Delaware, basically. So
Okay.
Oh, so
it's a little bit
It's
more East
Delaware.
Coast-ish.
East Coast.
it's like Delaware,
South Carolina.
Maryland, West Virginia, and like real close. Like it's basically next to DC. It's like close
Okay.
in that area, right? So
So that's like 5 to 6 more states of people who would be willing to drive to this store regional. How many stores applied in the period that you can apply that got rejected? And for, like Mike said, for what reason were they rejected? Because those are easy requirements to fulfill. Those are easy to say, yeah, we can do that. So what were the criteria? And you have to ask yourself that so much more when you consider that there are stores hosting a One Piece store regional that are not hosting a Digimon store regional. Are serialized Omnimons the problem? Why are they an issue if that's the case? Then we
Right, but there's
shouldn't
also,
have
like,
serial Omnis
it's-
for the pricing.
It's 0 to 999. You should have enough.
No, it's 0 to 500.
Oh, is it 500 my fault?
yeah,
I
Which
thought
was
999.
that's what we were speculating. No, I did math. I did some math.
Yeah,
in
and
the Biggies
they still
Discord.
had plenty enough to go around,
There
I
was-
believe, right?
There was enough to put one in every state and give out serial omnis to the top 2 players. So 50, that
Yeah.
was 100 serial omnis that could be given out, and they still would have had enough for their high level events. But I think it was enough to have 2 in every state.
I believe
So
so.
the
yeah,
fact
'cause
that they only
I
have
remember that
8,
we did the math on it.
yeah, the fact that they only have 8 means that they're giving out 16 serial omnis. I want Bandai, if you're listening to this, I want to know, where the fuck are the rest of the events? Where are the rest of the events?
bro, they're gonna be riding these serial omnis out for like 2-3 years, bro. Like,
Right.
y'all thought you guys were getting a different serial card? No, they're letting this game die with that serial omni.
The only thing I'll play devil's advocate for a minute here. The only thing I can think of is Bandai is looking at One Piece as an entity and as Digimon as a separate entity, and they're just looking at the numbers that come in, like revenue and profit. Obviously, we all know One Piece sells a shit ton more than Digimon does at this point. So maybe there's some calculation they're looking at and saying, One Piece has sold this amount, so this is how much we can give back. Digimon has sold
that's
this amount, so
100%.
right. So that's probably the only reason I can think of is why the numbers are so few, is because they're just looking at it. They're looking at it as, well, Digimon doesn't sell as much as One Piece, so we're not going to do what we did for One Piece for Digimon. That's the only thing.
I hear what you're saying, but let's think about this, right? The pricing for store regionals is a serialized Omni and then a bunch of more cards, and only the finalists, which I believe is like the top 8, get the DigiGuard sleeves, which are easy. I'm well sure that Bandai gets those sleeves for pennies on the, probably a fraction of a penny, right?
Sure.
So let's put it in perspective. Top 8 gets the DigiGuard sleeves. To print pricing for a store regional probably cost Bandai 10, 15 bucks. Like if you break down the numbers, it probably cost them like max like 20 bucks to
It probably
print.
doesn't cost them anything. Yeah.
Right. It's such a minuscule cost because it's just factored into their already existing business processes.
Right.
It's not like, oh, well, there's a serialized Omni, like that must cost like $100 to print. No, it's probably like an extra like 25 cents.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just giving out if you're giving out stuff that's already in existence, it doesn't cost them anything. If they were printing stuff specifically for these regionals, then yeah, they'll have to pay to have them freshly printed. But if they're already giving existing pricing, that's what I'm saying. Is there's no they take no hit from this.
So there is like you said, there's no hit. There's no business decision to go into choosing a store for a store regional outside of who do we want to represent us,
right?
Which I can get. You know, you want a good, upstanding store to uphold your brand and to bring players into the game. Okay, I understood. Tell me that out of the 30 some stores chosen for One Piece, there weren't a handful of stores that could have held more store regionals for Digimon, i.e. alternate universe. And I say alternate universe because I damn well know that there is a Digimon community in the greater Philadelphia area that heads to all of the alternate universe stores. So why was alternate universe not approved? I don't know if they applied, but I can only assume that they'd apply because doing the math, if you're charging a regional level entry $30 by 64 players, that's something like $1,800. And for what? To have a bunch of players there on the day, to have them in your store, to buy product, to buy sleeves, to give you more foot traffic, to be there to buy more shit, get shit off your shelves. So you're making the entry fee, and sure, you probably pay something to Bandai, whatever. The stores are making money. Bandai's making money. The game's getting out there. The game is growing. It doesn't make any sense from a business perspective, from whatever perspective we could think of, why there's just not more. Which, you know, for the Bandai intern who's listening to this podcast, why?